morning. So I've just heard in the news that they're going to be making it harder for people to get codeine for pain relief, and it's not going to be so readily available. It's responsible for many deaths in Australia and worldwide, but they're going to be bringing it in line with the rules and regulations of the US. So I just thought I'd talk about, you know, obviously we're in this society where if you've got pain, rather than questioning why you have pain, specifically things like headaches and eye pain and things like that, rather than assessing what's wrong with your body or trying to be in tune with your body, it's encouraged to take pain relief in the form of Panadol and codeine and Nurofen and things like that to combat that pain and to live with that pain. It's been probably many years since I've used that kind of medication myself, but I do remember when I was younger at school, 16, 17, where I would wake up and I would anticipate that I would have a headache later on that day, so I would take Panadol before going to school. Crazy, I know, my mum didn't know that's what I was doing, but every day on an empty stomach I was eating Panadol, and I actually became addicted to Panadol because it starts to sort of, you start to become quite reliant on it. But the real reason why I was experiencing such headaches and eye pain was I actually needed glasses. So looking up to the blackboard and then back down to my page was the reason why I was experiencing those headaches. So it's crazy when I think of that, but I had a friend's mum who was a nurse, and I think she saw me take some Panadol one day and she said, "Have you got a headache?" And I said, "No, I do get headaches though." And she said, "What are you doing that it ruins your insides?" You know, the fact that I hadn't eaten anything with this pain relief was quite concerning to her, and she sort of gave me a bit of information about the damage that it's actually doing. You know, where I work, we work with computers and long hours looking at a computer, and it does become quite concerning when people at my work say, "I've got a headache," and they sort of scream it out to the call centre, and people yell out, "Oh, I've got some Panadol," or "I've got some codeine, do you want some?" And I've started to pipe up now and intervene as much as possible. Now, I actually use lavender oil, 100% essential oils. It can't be blended. Get a good quality one. So I'm going to show you a picture of my little guy just there. This stuff is magic. I use it when I'm feeling stressed. I use it when I'm experiencing that eye and head pain. And usually my process is this. Okay, I'm experiencing a headache. Have I, number one, drunk enough water? I usually drink 3 to 4 litres of water, depending on how active I've been as well, but I make at least 3 litres every day is what I endeavour to drink. So have I drank enough water? If not, I slam the water in. It's important to look at that first and foremost, because headaches can be directly related to dehydration, where our bodies are made up of 70% water. So if you're not getting enough water in, bingo, that's what it is probably. The second thing is a little bit of sugar. So obviously I follow a high carb, low fat vegan diet, and I eat quite a bit of fruit in the morning, bananas and things like that, and get those natural sugars in. Sometimes just some sugar in water, dissolved in water, can be enough to sort of just get you through, and then you can assess that pain later on if it still persists. So I'd look at eating something, but I'm not talking about a packet of chips or something high in fat or salt. For obvious reasons, those things are going to dehydrate you. Super important to look at maybe getting a little bit of sugar into you, and if that means that, you know, there's a punnet of strawberries or something along those lines, then so be it. From there, I look at what kind of rest I've had. So, you know, if I haven't had my usual 8 hours sleep, that could quite possibly be a reason why I'm experiencing pain now, purely on the basis that I haven't had enough rest to sustain the activities that I'm doing. Perhaps I went for a big ride the day beforehand and only got 5 hours sleep. So there, you know, my body sort of is in repair mode, and needs to be, you know, given some more rest as well. So I would look at perhaps just getting a little shut-eye for an hour, a little disco nap perhaps. So yeah, so that's another thing, obviously looking to rest. And it's funny because if you think back to when you're a little muppet, you know, a little squirt, your parents used to do that. You had the day off school, and what would they do? They would, you know, give you some water, they'd give you some sort of toast with some Vegemite or peanut butter or, you know, some jam or something like that on a little bit of sugar, a little bit of carbs, and they would encourage you to go back to bed. So just do what your mama told you. Yeah, so I guess the reason why I'm putting this video together is because I'm very much an advocate for, you know, being in tune with your body, not going along with what everyone else tells you to do in this day and age, because let's be honest, it's $1 billion industry, the pharmaceutical and medical professions, and they just want your money, so don't give it to them. You know, there's nothing more fulfilling than going to the doctors and being like, man, I am super fit, super healthy, I'm just here because I don't know, get my B12 shot or something like that. Anyway, you know, have a little look at some of these links that I've got here, and really, if there's any issues, try to find yourself a vegan doctor that can help you out, but otherwise, you know, stay healthy. Peace, love, vegan.